So first things first, make sure to take your own initiative. Go out of your way to actually do something for yourself. I think that's the biggest thing that medical schools definitely taught. Not only me, but I think most people, that you just gotta do it. Literally, just go and do it. For example, you need to actually take the initiative and go speak to some people. Yes, there are going to be people who will occasionally come up to you, but you also want to be trying to form those relationships, those connections with other people straight from the get-go. Literally, I think it was in one of the first lectures I went to, the person who literally sat next to me, just like, yo, where did you come from? Like, what city you come from? Are you commuting? Do you live in accommodation? Like, just making a bit of small talk, just to kind of liven up the mood of the day, but also try and get to know other people, because it does help later on down the line. For example, when you're in your clinical years, when you start speaking to professors and doctors and stuff like that, they might give you the opportunity to do like research projects with them, and might give you a chance to get something published with your name on it, and that does help you in the long run. So kind of forming those connections is very, very important. So if you learn from first year to take the initiative and just go out your way to just randomly chat to someone, trust me, it all pays off at the end. But also, not only taking the initiative in regards to kind of talking to other people just for a kind of friendly chit chat to make your life just much more fun at medical school, but also take the initiative to try and get some support. Because trust me, there's going to be times in med school where you're going to be struggling with stuff, whether it's to do with essays, whether it's to do with a certain part of anatomy that you're struggling with. You need to actually go out of your way and ask someone for help, because unlike A levels, college sixth form, GCSE, secondary school, you don't have someone who's going to kind of be always chasing you. In uni, I'll be honest, straight up, no one is there to help you unless, well, no one will know that you need help, but unless you literally go up to them. For example, at UOB, the anatomy demonstrators won't know if you're struggling unless you ask them questions like, all right, I'm stuck on this, can you like go through this with me? So make sure you do take the initiative on that aspect of stuff. And I'll be honest, this might sound a bit cruel, but a lot of people that are, well, the people who are not watching this videos, to be fair, are people who just can't be asked to go and look for help. I think a lot of people might ask, all right, how do you do this? How do you do that? Like, they will come up to me and ask, but ask them, have you done the research? Have you looked? Okay, is there any way that I can kind of help boost my grades in GCSEs, for example? Have you actually gone out of your way, taking the initiative and went to go find out the information? A lot of people say, no, I just thought I'd just come and ask you, which is, don't get me wrong, all fair and good to go and ask someone who's not an expert, but someone who does kind of talk about it a lot. But if you don't learn to go out of your way to try and find out the information that you're looking for, which is generally just a quick Google search, and 90% of the time, the first few results are going to be the exact answer that you're looking for. If you don't go out your way to go and do that, then you're going to be struggling a lot, I'm not going to lie to you. So even med school, when it comes to needing help, if you're not understanding something, there's YouTube, there is Google. Just Google whatever it is that you're struggling with. Take some time, it will take some time. That's just with everything. You need to put time in to get something out of it. Take some time, try and find out the answer to the problem that you're kind of stuck with. And if that doesn't work out, then yes, I think it'd be best to go to someone. But personally, I'd say don't always think that you need someone. Try and do it yourself. Gain that little bit of independence where you're trying to teach yourself everything. Yes, obviously there are people who are going to be experts, but it's much better if, and it's more time efficient. Imagine having to go up to someone every time like, yo bro, can you come and help me with this? Or like talking to the teacher, sir, miss, or whatever, I need some help on this. Imagine you're struggling on 10 things. You're doing that 10 times, whereas you could just be doing 10 Google searches, and we all know how to type on Google. So yeah, that's another example, just literally taking the initiative. But finally, resources. Go out of your way to try and find the resources that you need. Go on a YouTube video. What are the best resources for first year of med school? If you guys want that video, let me know in the comments. Try and find out what they are. Go onto your uni pages. Try and see, okay, is there a specific section for maybe suggested reading or additional resources for support? Try and go out of your way to literally going out of your way to try and find the solutions, because trust me, everything's on the internet. I don't think there's anything that you just can't find on the internet with regards to like pure information. It will be on the internet. But talking about resources, in med school you're going to be exposed to so many kind of big books, big textbooks, and a lot of the time lecturers might be like, okay guys, make sure for suggested reading, go to my textbook and go from pages 20 to 29, and you'll get all the information you need to pass your exams. They're basically literally selling their book to you. And to be honest, you don't need to pay for anything in med school, I'll be honest, especially textbooks and stuff. There is always a way to get them, and this is for educational purposes only. But there's literally a link that I found when I was at med school that has almost every single medical school related textbook just as a PDF file. All you gotta do is literally download it, use it for your own use, and you're perfect. You're there. But the only resource I think is actually worth buying for at least first year of med is probably KenHub. No, I ain't sponsored. Don't worry, guys. I ain't gonna be plugging a little link or a little promo code. Nah, nothing like that. I'm just saying KenHub. I did pay, I think, £120, but that's like it's unlocked forever. As in, like, they have videos, they have quizzes, they have like kind of pages, kind of like textbooks. But it is very, very helpful, and it's all specific to anatomy and histology, which, if you guys don't know, is like the study of cells, or literally just microscopic images of cells and just kind of being able to identify different parts of it. But yeah, regardless, KenHub is a really good resource if you guys do need one for kind of a main place of gathering information for anatomy and histology, in my opinion. But also, talking about resources, you can get them from all the years. That's one of the beauties. All the years have notes for every single year. If there's someone in second year, they definitely have their first year notes, which, to be honest, isn't going to be different to the lectures that you're doing. It's literally going to be identical. There's a guy, obviously, if you guys come to UOB, you'll know Mr. Stu Docu in it. He is their biggest plug. His lecture notes are crazy, different grade. So yeah, every med school should basically have one, right, bare people who just have their notes just released to the public, and just use them literally, and it's exactly specific to what's going to be in your exam, and you can't go wrong with it. To be fair, it kind of removes all the unnecessary clunky bits of, oh, do I need to know that bit, do I need to know this bit of that textbook or this bit of that other textbook. Nah, it's literally straight up facts. The biggest mistake that you can make is not interacting or like even forming relationships with the old year students. The old years have gone through everything that you guys have gone through. They've been in the position that you are in, basically. I have been through the craziest parts of first year med at UOB. I know now going into second year what I would tell a first year student to do. And yeah, literally, if you guys are coming into first year, just you'll see me around Med Cafe and just come up to me, man. Just have a little chat in it. But trust me, that's the biggest thing that you need to do. Make sure you chat to bare all the years. This is going to be more tailored towards, I think, more of the Muslim medical students at UOB, or just medical schools in general. But I would highly encourage you, if you have an iMed society, make sure you join it, or even an ISOC society, where you can, because it's so easy to just go to an event where they usually speaking a bit about maybe an Islamic talk or a lecture or something like that, and they're usually serving food after. It's very easy to just kind of speak to random people here and there, especially in our iMed, for example. I think we had an event where it was the big get together, which they didn't have for a few years because of COVID and everything. But literally, I would have sat down speaking to some random old years who now I know quite well, which has helped me a lot. They do plug you like what to expect during exams, what kind of the hacks and tricks, like what do the exam questions usually tend to ask you, what do they not tend to assess you. Trust me, it's the biggest, it's literally a free pass onto getting into the next year, which is crazy to me. They know everything. Just make sure you just chat to them. I can't lie, I'm making it sound very easy and just to chat to these people. But most people just in the wider world are kind of friendly. No one's gonna care if you come up to them and just start randomly busting up convo, and that's obviously dependent if the convo is going well in it. But most of the time it is if you guys are on the same course, for example, and you want to get some more information about it. So I'd highly guys, I recommend you guys talk to the old year students. They have the answer to all your problems, okay? But obviously it's all well and good chilling with these old years, having your fun and everything, but remember, time is money, okay? The time at med school obviously is 5 years long. In order to proceed on to the next year, you need to obviously get a certain grade or certain percentage, you might say, in the first year of med school, and second year, third year. And there's a certain percentage that you just have to get every year to go on to the next year. So you want to be prioritizing your degree as a whole. I'm not saying, all right, just abandon all your mates, abandon all the motives. No, I'm not saying that. But prioritize. Sometimes you're going to need to sacrifice certain things. There might be a time where your mate's saying, yo, you want to come go football? You might be like, nah, I've got certain lectures to do for today. I just got to get it out of the way. Obviously, if the next day surprisingly you had a completely off day where you could just do that then yeah, what's the problem with that? But obviously that's dependent on you and how disciplined you are with getting that done. If you're not disciplined and you just need to be able to get it done on that day, just get it done that day and allow the motive, because trust me, there are going to be so many motives. There is literally, we had a motive every single week at least once, always on a Friday, because usually we just link up after Jummah, but there is always going to be a motive. So don't worry about kind of feeling left out or anything like that. Always I say prioritize your degree. Trust me, there is Jahid, you know what I'm saying, yeah? He knows what I want, but there is definitely a way of balancing your degree, your social life, and just everything else that comes with it. Obviously, sometimes if you've been studying for like the last 5 days straight, not been linking anyone, then I'd say give it a break. At least go out, go chill with some of your friends for a bit, because you do need that time away from just medicine or just your degree as a whole. Even though most of my mates are med students, we were just deep in this a few days ago where whenever we're chilling, we actually never talk about med, which is something that is very important. If the people that you're surrounding yourself around are just people who are constantly going on about the work and they're just not giving it a break, your mind is never going to have a break. It's never going to have a rest. It's going to literally be on mode 24/7, and you're just going to start hating the degree as a whole, to be honest, at that point. So what to take from this? Yeah, make sure you're just balancing it out. That's literally what it all comes down into. Everyone's got different schedules, everyone's got different routines, but just make sure you're giving your degree the time that it needs, but I'd say more time than everything else in your life. Yes, that might trigger some people might be against that, but that's just the advice that I have for you guys. If I was to say split it, I'd say give your degree 60 and everything else 40 basically. And another thing, I was talking about the older years. Okay, all the years obviously are going to give you all the relevant information you need to know, all the things, tips, tricks that you need to know. But one thing that I will tell you is scope out the subject. This is what Ali Abdaal literally repeats in his Skillshare course. But yeah, make sure you scope out the subject. What I mean by that is literally go out of your way, see, okay, this is what's going to be coming up. I'm going to have this amount of anatomy sessions. There's this many lectures to do. Obviously, there's going to be a couple more modules to be doing in that week as well. For example, I had 4 or 5 different modules a week. And with every module, every single week, there may be 1 anatomy session and about 2 to 3 lectures a week accompanying them as well. So I'd say make sure you're kind of scoping out, seeing, okay, this is what's going to be happening here. So, okay, I can organize my time like this and this, that. So yeah, it just kind of gives you an idea of what to expect, basically. You're never in the situation where you need to expect the unexpected. No, you've basically found out all the information you need to know. You have access to all the relevant resources that you need. You just gotta basically put your head down literally from there on. You know what's gonna happen. To be fair, I think that's everything, you know, about first year. Like, what else do you guys want to know? I think I might just make a whole video. Well, I've got a big video in the works that I'm trying to plan out and work. I have a feeling that video is gonna flop, but whenever the video does come out, obviously make sure to go watch it. But what I'm saying is, if you guys do want kind of details of what went on in first year, just let me know down in the comments if you need any specific questions to be answered, and I'll probably make a video on that as well. But yeah, guys, hopefully that helps. For those of you coming UOB, just if you're about, say hi in it. I ain't a scary person or anything. So yeah, you might see me like being loud in the med cafe or something. But yeah, just come up to me whenever, basically. I don't mind, man. If I'm chatting with my mates and you're someone new, man, just come say salam in it if you're a Muslim. If you're non-Muslim, just come say hi, bro. It's all blessed, man. But yeah, guys, catch you in a bit. Peace.